Yes, welcome to the BW2S News Network, and this news is being sponsored by Glugar, Stop Smoking Spit, and this is also being presented to you by none other than Serpo Jr.
Big J.
Now let's get into this news. Once again, Oregon cannabis farmers grew too much weed. Now, if you in the weed industry or in the community, whatever, how can you grow too much bud?
Huh. I don't see it.
In Oregon's cannabis industry, nearly every day brings a new lawsuit for unpaid bills, a new lien for unpaid taxes, and another company thinking about giving up. Hey, at the root of the industry's problem, oversupply. Too much weed sold by too many retailers mean lower prices, which mean producers, processors, and even middlemen lose money. State economists track the industry closely, in part because quarterly cannabis tax payments fund the drug treatment services created by Measure 110. The state and the industry and elected officials envision Oregon becoming a net exporter under federal legalization, Pettinger says. The oversupply we're seeing undercrosses the dilemma in all states where marijuana is legal. It's the equivalent of an Iowa corn farmer only being able to sell its crop within Iowa. Huh, bullshit.
Bullshit.
You know what I'm saying? you can't have too much bud, man. I don't know what they
Hey,
talking
never
about.
that long as you know how to store your shit. You know what I
Man.
mean? Moving on. Cannabis legalization is inevitable, says policy analyst. What to know before you invest. Cannabis stocks aren't the only ones that were riding high in early 2021. In the wake of the brief COVID 19 related bear market, investors were bidding up just about anything exciting, including cryptocurrency. Yeah, I got some of that.
Mm.
I won off of that though. We all won off of that though. Yeah, right time. Non-fungible tokens and meme stocks. Unlike some of the more spec speculative
Speculative.
speculative. Ooh, thank you.
You got
Unlike
tongue
some of
twisted.
the more speculative plays, though, cannabis seems to be approaching a turning point and a promising long-term story. A slate of Democratic electoral victories, including in the White House, analysts thought would be good news for cannabis. A more liberal government would, in theory, cut legislative and legal red tape that has kept the weed businesses from taking off nationwide. In other words, while cannabis stocks may eventually be a swavy bet, it's not one you should make with money you'll need anytime soon. So basically, it's saying this: if you invested in cannabis, prepare for the long haul. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Take your time. Like I got some stocks that I've been sitting on for a couple years now. So, you gotta be ready to wait. And if it's money that you need to spend on something, don't do it.
Man, one more thing though. If you want to invest, like a good way to invest in the industry, step into the industry, you know what I'm saying, and like see what some of these small businesses is tapping into, you know what I'm saying? And then you'll know like where you can
Most
invest some of
definitely.
that cheese.
Most definitely. Yep. Moving on. Shit.
New York's cannabis board votes to settle lawsuit that have stalled legal dispensaries. New York cannabis regulators approved a deal on Monday to settle lawsuits that have blocked recreational marijuana dispensaries from opening as officials move to restart the state's troubled legal market. It's always like something. It's like, you know what I'm saying? New York was on a thizzle. Now they like,
Mm-hmm.
man, hold up.
Mm-hmm.
The settlement still needs a judge approval before it can take effect. The state's Cannabis Control Board did not immediately release the terms of the settlement. The deal would lift a court order that has blocked the state from processing or issuing retail marijuana licenses since August, following lawsuits over rules that promised many of the first licenses to people with past drug convictions.
Mm.
Last summer, State Supreme Court Justice Kevin Bryant blocked the state's licensing program from moving forward. He ruled that regulators improperly limited the first round of licenses to people with past convictions rather than a wider group of so-called social equity of applicants included in the original law that legalized marijuana.
Mm.
The settlement vote came during an emergency hearing in New York City. Just like real fast, that can be like, you know what I'm saying, a wobbler, as they may say it.
Mhm.
A
I would
wobbler.
I will vote, you know what I'm saying, as far as like, yeah, y'all did do a good job if like you have people with past convictions within marijuana,
Right.
because it may be something that they may be a little bit more knowledgeable. That's just coming from me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So let them go a little bit forward so they can teach a little bit for some people that has not been up in it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I could be like reaching,
What
but
they
that's
say,
just me.
man, each one teach one, smoke one.
Man,
Moving on. Man, California governor signs Cannabis Licensing Reform Act aimed at helping small cannabis farmers. Governor Gavin Newsom signed legislation into law last month that its sponsored Senator Mike McGuire, Democrat Hellsberg, Democrat Hellsberg, hopes will provide relief in struggling small cannabis farmers across California. Senate Bill 833, the Cannabis Licensing Reform Act, allows cultivators to either pause their license fee and maintain an inactive license or reduce their license size based on crop size, according to Lake County News. Huh, man, take something. While some local governments have enacted processes to allow farmers to allow inactive or downgraded cultivation licenses, Senate Bill 833 will provide this relief at the state level and essentially allow licenses to pay less in license fees when they grow less cannabis. So basically, grow less cannabis, you pay less money.
it it's a conspiracy out there, man.
Man,
Once we get to pushing forward, they got to come up with some other type
with
of shit.
something, man.
Conspiracies.
Moving on.
Green Wednesday adult use cannabis surpassed 9 million in sales.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Thanksgiving.
The day before Thanksgiving, often referred to as Green Wednesday in the cannabis industry, saw a record number of sales once again. According to data collected by Jane Technologies, recreational sales on November 22nd reached over 9 million. 18.12% increase from Green Friday sales data in 2022, which landed roughly around 7 million. Uh, yeah, that was 7 million. Adult use adult use cannabis sales on November 22nd had also increased by 90.5% in comparison to sales on the three previous Wednesdays, including November 1st, November 8th, and November 15th, which collected a total of just about 400,000. That's crazy, man. Like who coming up with these
You
numbers?
said 400,000?
Yeah, that's over 400,000.
No, because it's 4
Oh,
million.
4 million.
Look at that again.
God damn.
Bobby.
But it's like where they come like who's taking the time at to look at these numbers from the first to the 8th and the 15th and comparing them to the 22nd.
Huh.
Those are some connoisseurs, boy.
Man.
In
Man.
products for Green Wednesday sales, flour led the way with the most sales, clocking in at over 3 million. Followed by vape related products at a little over 2.5 million. Edibles at bam, a whopping 1 million. Pre-rolls, that's 900 some thousand.
Yep.
And lastly, extracts, 400 and
500.
some thousand. I think I was in all of them because I think I got some
Oh,
wax, flour, and all that
everything.
shit. According to its website, Jane Technologies serves dispensaries in Arizona, Arkansas, California, Colorado, Connecticut, Florida, Illinois, Louisiana, Maryland. It's going to go on to all the legal states that's out there. You know what I'm saying? They clocked in some dollars. So
Mhm.
pretty much Turkey Day brought in a whole lot of everybody had their greens.
Man, everybody.
That's your weekly news with Serpo Jr.
Big J.
Baby, baby.